Hello team! I wanted to make a new video on the topic of stacking and rebuilding, and I want to preface this with please get with your upline, your triple or above leader to see if this is the route that you need to take. If you are a brand new distributor, this video is probably not for you. You are just going to be filling your boxes and promoting. This is for someone who has been in for a while, canceled boxes are starting to happen, and so forth. So I just wanted to preface that this is not for everyone. Every charting situation is definitely case by case, okay? All right, so we're gonna jump right into a Ruby chart. And we are gonna start right away, right here. We're gonna start with Sandy. All right, let's say that Sandy joined you during BOGO last year, almost a year ago. She does not run an auto ship, does not run an eSuite, no plans on working. She just wanted her wraps. But let's say that you placed a couple customers under Sandy. And for this video, let's say that they are still ordering 100 BV combined. So every single month at the end of the month, Sandy ends up with 100 BV. Now, you need Sandy at 400 in order for you to promote. This is where that term stacking comes in. Let's say that you sign a new distributor, Susie. If it were me, I'm gonna put Susie right here under Sandy. So yes, I'm giving a distributor who is not working technically a distributor. Why? Well, this is 100 BV, guys, that you don't wanna miss out on. And when Susie starts rocking and rolling as your new distributor, the moment that she gets customers, that equals 300, guess what? 300 plus 100, now Sandy is a 400 box for you because it all rises up. Now the great thing as well, let's say Sandy is not running an auto ship. I find that a lot of people don't know this and it's important. So technically by looking at your chart, okay, Sandy is gonna be on your level 1. Susie is now technically your level 2 by looking in Tree Viewer. But when Sandy, each month, this changes each month, okay? When Sandy does not run an auto ship, let's say for the month of August, she did not run an auto ship, she's not commission qualified, but Susie is, guess what? Susie rises up and now she's paid as if she's on your level 1. Now you're still getting paid on these customers, okay? That's called compression. Now if you're a green, you can look at your commissions report each month, and where it shows over the blue hyperlinks where your money is coming from, you're gonna see who you're paid out on which levels. You will not see this reflected in Tree Viewer. But a lot of people don't know that. Each month, you could have someone 10 levels down, but if everyone above them is not commission qualified, that person 10 levels down could be paid on your level 1. That's where you're gonna hear the term, the cream rises to the top. So this is stacking, okay? Now, would I reach out to Sandy and tell her I gave her a distributor? It depends. Probably not, because she's not working her business. She's signed up just for products, which is fine. But the thing you need to remember is that on your chart, Sandy still needs to be the name in your box because this volume needs to be counted in. So you wanna make sure you click on her name in Tree Viewer, even though this is who's actually working, okay? Now, let's do another scenario. Some people, new distributors, also think that you need an executive to go Ruby, and you think they have to be on your top line. I thought that. But let's say over here that Linda has decided she's not going to work her business, doesn't want to run an auto ship, she's not commission qualified. Okay, let's also say for this purpose, she's got 0 BV. So that's, she's just taken up a box. So what you can do is, let's say Molly down here has Sarah. Sarah is rocking and rolling. Guess what? Sarah has 2 people below her. All right, we're just gonna call them X and Y. When Sarah has her 2 boxes at 400 GV, guess what? She becomes your executive. So on any promotion, when you need a specific title box in a certain leg, it does not have to be on your top line. It can be 10 levels deep. In this case, it's gonna be Sarah. Now, let's back up a step, okay? I want to show this example again. Let's say that you are trying to get to executive, okay? You've got a 400 box here with Sandy, so there you go. There is one 400 box, you're good to go. Let's say over here, let's say that Sarah's new, we're just getting started. Let's say that this distributor had 100 GV. Let's say Sarah had 100. Let's say Molly had 200. Guess what? Linda is still gonna be your box that you look at in eSuite because and everything rises up, guys. So 200, 300, 400. Linda is a 400 box. So now 400, 400, you've gone executive, okay? So that is what we call stacking. Now, I hope that makes sense. If you have questions, please get back to the person who sent this to you. But that is how this works, okay? Now, let's look at a diamond chart. For those of you who have been in, this happens, okay? Maybe you are diamond and you are not maintaining your rank. Now, I don't like the term rebuilding because as Joel Dunn says, we are always building, but sometimes we're gonna have to look at this chart and say, all right, what can I do? Because I don't have the volume necessary. I have a lot of people who are not working. Okay, the same things are gonna apply, but when it comes to a diamond chart, there's a few questions that I'm gonna ask you. How is your split? Meaning, let's say that you have 10,000 GV. If you have 7,000 coming out of this one leg, you don't need to work on that leg. We need to focus outside first. And for most people, that's what happens on a diamond chart is you become very heavy with the emerald side and this side is lacking. So when I am working with one of my diamonds who needs to work on maintenance or promoting, and we're gonna start beefing up their chart, I'm gonna start with these top 400 boxes. The same way that we did on this ruby chart, okay? It's the same thing that we're gonna look at when it comes to stacking. Now, there are some times where you are not going to stack, okay? Let's use Courtney. If Courtney has 0 BV, and I look in Tree Viewer and I notice that she has no active loyal customers, no one's ordering, no one's going to order, she's just going to be a 0 box. Would I stack? No. I'm going to add my next new distributor over here. Another person on my top line. Okay, there's no sense in stacking under someone who's not working. Now, let's look at Amanda. Maybe Amanda has been in for a while. She's chugging along. She's got about 250 GV consistently. She could be working. She could not be working. Is that worth stacking? Absolutely. Because if you don't, you're always going to have to worry about getting that box back to 400 for every upcoming promotion. So I always suggest starting from the top of your chart down because, you know, this diamond could be maintaining ruby and you want to make sure you're putting your people where you're going to get paid on them levels wise. So if this was my chart, let's say Jessica is a 400 box. She's got like 600. She's good. If this was my chart, without knowing any of this, the first place I would stack would be right here, okay? So that I can beef this up to being a 400 box. Now, let's take a look at everything else. You know, the same principles are gonna apply. So if this is my heavy leg, I'm gonna look at this ruby right here. Who's working, who's not, who has auto ships, and how much volume do they have? The best thing to do is to get the distributor ID numbers, use your reports in eSuite, distributor volume, or volume total by distributor, and change the date back to the last month. So the end of the month, you wanna see, let's say Jesse, we wanna see where Jesse ended up at the end of last month, his total volume. So you're gonna have to change the month and fill a chart out as if it was the 31st, you know, the end of a month, so that you know what you need to do looking forward. Because if Jesse ended at 500, great. But if you only ended at 100, then yeah, I might wanna stack there. Now, another thing I want to go over one more time, because some people just don't realize this and it's kind of an aha moment. Let's say, you know, Keegan has, you know, this Ruby Molly. None of these people are working because that happens sometimes, right? But let's say Frank is rocking. If Frank goes Ruby, Frank can be the Ruby for this leg. It just has to be anywhere in that whole leg. So these people don't matter. You're gonna put, in this case, you will put Frank's name right here. Put Frank in your title box, fill out the boxes, okay? So it does not have to be. Now, it also, let's say you went diamond last month, you do not have to have the same names in these boxes. It does not matter, okay? It changes month to month. Many times, my title box people were different every single month. So that is stacking. You know, you're going to need to work with your upline. You know, there is a different situation. This could be done 1,000 different ways. I would need to see, if someone wanted me to help them with this, I would need to have the ending GV under every single person for the end of the most recent month. And from there is when where I would decide who to stack under, who not to, who to run with, or whatever. The other option would be for you to have everyone that was a 0 box, completely 0. Let's take Gail, totally 0, nothing working, no distributors. The other thing for you to do is just leave this box empty, okay? It could be random people all around your chart, okay? So if that is the case, the way you're gonna go, this is also what I would consider part of rebuilding, okay? Leave those 0 boxes, people not working, off of your chart. That way, you're gonna look at this like a brand new diamond chart. Your first 3 boxes you're gonna fill, 1, 2, and 3, okay? So that is another way that you need to look at your charts in terms of rebuilding. Because if these are all 0 boxes, guys, that is 4, 8, 1200 GV right there. And that's way too much. You know, could you fill those with loyal customers in 1 month? Sure, but I would rather see you fill them with distributors, 2, 4, 6 customers, and earn yourself fast start bonuses, okay? So those are the basics on stacking. I hope this helps you. I hope for those of you that are visual, this makes sense. If you have any questions, please reach out to your team pages and we will help get you going. All right, guys, have a great day.